Bet you weren't expecting that, guys. Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Gio, and every day I used to teach you why the market moves the way that it does, and I'm going to be teaching you every day once again. I've missed you. First of all, I hope you're doing well. I've been away from YouTube because I have been doing renos, and that's why we got a completely new setup today. And, you know, I've been working on the Nexus course and just been doing a whole bunch of things, but we need to talk about this price action, and we need to talk about FOMC tomorrow because we might have some crazy ass price action tomorrow. So if you're new here and you like the content, consider subscribing. And if you're returning, welcome back. Okay, so let's talk about Bitcoin, man, because Bitcoin has been, for me anyways, I'm going to tell you guys, it's been a scalper's paradise. But I haven't really been scalping lately because, like I said, I've been doing renos around the house. By the way, let me know if you guys like this setup right now. I got a new camera. I actually got two cameras on me, lights, camera, action. Anyways, I've been like not super scalping. And my problem as of late is I don't know what's wrong with my brain. I'm trying to hold trades longer than I should. So on Twitter and in my last video, I've been trying to long Ethereum. At the time, ETH was probably around where it is now, maybe 3,100, 3,200. And then it did get a little baby pump to like 3,350 or something. So it went up like 3%, 4% or something. I ended up getting out of that trade plus like 3,000 or 4,000 in profit or something like that. But I did want to go gig along on ETH. This video is not going to be about that. But anyways, the price action lately has been brutal. You can't, at least from what I've noticed, you can't hold a trade for more than 1 hour without round tripping. Okay, it's been absolutely abysmal, at least for me. And when you're scalping, it's fine, but when you're expecting things to play out a little bit longer, yo, it is round trip city. It is. And guys, let me know if you're experiencing this as well. I mean, there's no way you're not. Like, it's either that or you're not trading Bitcoin, or we're not in the same timeline or multiverse, whatever. Okay, you can't hold it for more than 1 hour without round tripping. This price action ever since the Trump coin has been crazy. Okay, and like, you know, I'm finding the divs aren't working. Even locally, the divs on Market Cypher aren't working. And then, you know, when you get an overextended move to the upside, like an overbought move, it'll just round trip, and then you're ranging again, and then it'll round trip. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. But the reason I'm going into depth with all that is because, okay, you can't even see Bitcoin. I should have had Bitcoin on the screen, but whatever, you had to deal with me. Okay. Anyways, whenever you have an oversold or overbought, we're just round trip city, man. We're round trip city. I'm in a short that I was in a short from this morning. Okay. From this guy, we're already back to where we were. I'm still looking to short it down to the previous day low. So previous day low, PPPPDL. I'm looking to short it down here. However, I want to go over these levels, and I want to tell you guys what I'm doing and the levels that are higher confluence. Okay. And I'm going to say this with confidence, what I'm about to tell you right now. It is not very common where I decide, fuck this range, I'm done. Okay, it's not very often. Sometimes it happens from time to time. I'm not going to say it's super rare. From time to time, maybe like, you know, a handful of times in the past year or a few months, yes. Sometimes I throw in the towel on a range. Today I have thrown in, actually yesterday, and I told the Nexus this already, I have thrown the towel in on this range, okay? Because like, it is just the shittiest price action imaginable, okay? If you're looking up at the highs, you know, I had a level up at 107.5, like a little bit higher, okay? 107.5 to 108. I had a beautiful swing short zone from this level, okay? Swing short. And the swing short, don't hate me, you know, has potential to bring you down to the low 90s. And if you lose this block at the low 90s, like we've talked about this since we were blue in the face, you know, don't think it can't come down to the low 80s, you know, high 70s even. Yes, it can. Okay, so there was potential for that. Okay, what could back up that thesis? And we're not going to go super macro stuff, but you have a weekly SFP. Okay, you have a weekly SFP, just like you had a weekly SFP to the downside and then you shot back up to the high. Now you have a weekly SFP to the high. You can't be surprised if it comes back to 88k. Like, it's a weekly SFP. Okay, or potentially even lower. We'll see. I don't know. Anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about, okay? I've thrown in my towel on the range. Now, there are many ways to interpret the range. You could interpret it like this, for example. I'm not interpreting it like that, and I don't care about that. I don't trade that way anymore. I'm looking at like locally, like what's my, I guess from this high, from the 108 to like what's happening more locally. I don't care about this. I don't care about what's below. I don't care about what's above. I'm talking exactly what you could see on your screen right now is kind of what I'm talking. That's it, right? And you can see now that you have liquidity curving like this curve. You have like stop losses from on the way down, right? We had this range over the weekend, and weekend volume was even worse than usual this time around. I don't trade weekends. I've learned my lesson. I lost a lot of money last weekend and then I made it back. So good on that. But anyway, we have equal highs, shitty highs. This range is, I would say, a pretty important order block, because if you were going to pull your volume within your range, I mean, I don't know how I would even pull it right now. Yeah, like your point of control is in there. Your point of control from the all-time high is in there. I'm pretty sure if you back it up a little bit, like if I do include, the other, yeah, see, like this is a very important level. This is a very, very important level. 104 point whatever is a very important level, which is obviously why I have a position there, okay? Very important level. That's if we even make it up there. Now, please understand, especially for the people that are new, I am an if-then trader, okay? So things can change, right? I was screaming, I was gig along on ETH, and then it went up $100, and then I closed it because we're in round trip city, man. We're in round trip city. So we have shitty highs. We have a shitty looking range, which this order block, if we can even make it back up there, theoretically, I believe should hold and should be able to take you down at least to the PPPD low, okay? The previous day low now. This is taking way longer than I thought it would. But I do think ultimately 97.7 can get tapped again. And that is one of my levels that I want to make you aware of. But anyways, I'm rambling. Listen, stop ADHDing. You see, clearly I've been off of YouTube, but things haven't really changed that much, as you can tell. When I say I'm throwing in the towel for the range, I'm referring to this. I'm done with this, guys. This shit, I'm done with it. You know what? I'm looking for a short here. I still am short. I'm saying I'm done, but realistically, I probably am not. But I think that I will be done if they do goofy shit. It's still okay. I let the Nexus know that I'm not looking at anything until either here or here. And the truth is tomorrow's FOMC. Okay. For the last 2 weeks, we haven't had a normal market. Trump dropped, his Trump coin, and it fucked up the whole market. And I'm going to tell you guys this, okay? And I don't mean to I'm not trying to toot my own horn when I say this, but it is very uncommon where I have no idea what's going on. Let me bring my face up. It is very uncommon where I have no idea what's going on in the market, okay? And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm not always right, but when I'm wrong, I can go back and make sense of it, okay? I can at least learn from my mistakes. Not everybody's right. And yeah, it's not uncommon for me to know, like, it's uncommon for me to have absolutely no idea what the hell happened. When the Trump coin launched that Saturday, that was the weekend that I lost a lot of money that I told you. That, I had no clue, and I was fully transparent. I told the Nexus, I'm like, guys, I have no clue what the hell's going on right now. Stay the hell away. Meanwhile, I'm opening, closing, so emotional. It was the worst weekend. That was my worst trading day. That Saturday, Sunday was the worst 2 days I've ever had in trading in the last year and a half, 2 years. I had literally no idea what was going on. It was crazy. It was madness. Then this deep thing drops a couple days ago, and that fucked up the whole market too. And now it's FOMC, and it's, if I'm not mistaken, you guys can let me know in the comments down below, because you guys know I'm not a newspaper and I don't really know these things, but it's the first FOMC of the year. I think it's once a month, although it seems like it's freaking every 3 days. So I'm expecting volatility, and I wouldn't be surprised if we don't really get too much volatility now in Asia and in the next session in London. So if I bring the charts back up, sorry to your eyes that you had to only see me. These are the two levels that I'm looking for right now. And it's very simple what I'm looking for. An SFP of the low or an SFP of the high. It's as simple as that. This level is very strong. Between 104 and 104.5, I imagine is very strong. The only reason that I don't love it is because the way that it kind of curled down here. However, you could also, on the flip side, argue that you had a model 2 distribution, which did a pretty good job of distributing, okay? You can see here that I have a position, and I had a position, and I was prepared, and we had this level in the Nexus for a long. I did not take this long. Why did I not take the long, and why am I looking for shorts now? because my condition to enter the long was a 10 to 15 minute market structure flip, and we never got that. We never got that. So for that reason, I'm not convinced that this level is necessarily going to hold. Instead, what we did was we put on, I know these are not equal lows, but we'll call them semi-equal lows. No different than we have semi-equal highs at the top. So do you see when I say the market looks shitty in the sense of it has ugly highs everywhere, it has ugly lows everywhere, and we're dead smack center of the range? Market cipher is all over the damn place. We have daily bearish divergences, 12-hour bearish divergences. This morning, that SFP that we took was a 1 hour, like a massive 1 hour bear div. I believe it was a 2 hour bear div as well. 2 hour, like we just have bear divs everywhere, yet prices still somehow not going down. It's pretty crazy. But I don't think that that's going to last forever. Okay. And I think that this FOMC may present some volatility. So if we were to come down before we were to come up, then I will be looking for longs. If we come up before we come down, then I'm looking for swing shorts. Okay? Very important. Why? Because I wanted a 10 to 15 minute market structure flip. Now, this is not me being arrogant and saying it has to do what I want and I'm the best. That's not what I'm saying. But for me to have been comfortable taking this position, if it wasn't at 3 a.m., by the way. You know how I always say fuck Asia? Because, not fuck Asia, but fuck the Asian market makers? Well, fuck London. Fuck you guys too. Oi? With your fish and chips. Okay? So I didn't get what I wanted to see. So I'm not convinced that this is necessarily a low. What I would have rather seen is some, at least range, like close to here, not just pop right back up right away. So if we were to SFP, and by the way, if you can see this green box here, this green box is a valid order block that has the macro range point of control, and you would be sweeping these now equal lows. At the time that I drew it way back when, there was only the one low. So I didn't long here because it was 3 a.m., but also because I didn't get the structure flip that I wanted to see. And in order to get the structure flip that I wanted to see, we would have had to have come like this and then gotten this, but on a larger scale. Like it would have taken more time, right? Something like that. That's what I would have wanted. That didn't happen. So if I was awake, what I would have seen is this, and I would have been like, okay, well, they could still just come back down, SFP it, potentially range like this, and hit that level. And that's exactly why I'm looking for shorts now. That's exactly why I'm looking still for that SFP now. On Twitter yesterday, I think it was, I tweeted that I missed the long, even though it was a level. Just because it's a level, like I didn't have, I mean, it was 3 a.m. This is the last time I'm going to say it, but I didn't have the confirmations that I wanted at that level anyway, even if I was awake, right? But because I didn't get the confirmations that I wanted, I think that it could come back lower for a reason. This is not me being arrogant. This is just me understanding and knowing what actually do I want to see, or what's the prop from what I've noticed anyways. I'm not always right, but what is the best setups? What are the best market structure flips that you want to see for this to be a significant bottom? And I'm not convinced that we're there yet. Tomorrow's FOMC. The price action has been very strange lately. It's been brutal, unless you're a super scalper, which I can do, but I haven't been sitting and scalping. So I've round tripped my trades like I can't even tell you 20 times in the last 2 weeks. You know? So I'm looking for this zone above and I'm looking for this zone below. Now, if we come lower and you SFP that low, we're going to treat this like a range. I'm going to target the highs of the range. And preferably it comes down like this, nice and slow. And then it does this. I'm longing that all day. And then I'm longing it up to this block, in which case will determine whether or not this is a swing trade down to, way beyond. Why? Because just like if you SFP the low of this range, you're probably going to make your way to the high. If you SFP the high of the range and you get a structure flip, you're probably going to make your way back down to the low. And I'm going to tell you this, there's not eventually, if you keep knocking on these lows, on the door to the lows, you're going to break through the lows. It's not going to go up only forever. I'm sorry to tell you. If you're new here and you're here just for perma bull content, I'm not going to do that, right? I keep things as objective as possible. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say it can't come back to this low. Yes, it can. Yes, it can, right? Just like it can definitely come back to this high. 100% it can. But when you SFP one level, you are likely, not always, nothing's guaranteed in trading, going to rotate to the other side. So what am I looking for? If you SFP this low, let's say overnight we come down, you hang around here, and then New York does like a fake down and then up, I'm long in that. No problem. We have a level there. This level's been planned, and look at where the target for it is. However, it's very important if you SFP this high or not, because what was my condition here? 10 to 15 minute market structure flip. We never got that. So now, what do I want to see at the low? I will trade it as an SFP, but your structure would be high, low, lower high, lower low SFP, and then your expectation is to come back to the other side. If you SFP the high, you're going to rotate back down to the low. If you break this, there's nothing standing between here and, at that point, probably all-time high, okay? You could SFP these highs, but I would imagine at that point, it would be higher low to then make a higher high, and then we come and attack the all-time high again. Is that going to happen? I have no idea, just like you have no idea. But tomorrow's FOMC is where they can hide their malicious intent, and they can exaggerate it, and they can hide it behind the news. Didn't mean to delete that. So even if your expectational order flow was to do as I just illustrated for you, I would still short if we got an SFP of these highs. Absolutely, I would still short it. If we do not come down first, I'm looking for swing shorts here, and I'm looking for swing shorts here. Swing shorts, not scalps. Why? Because we never got the flip that I wanted at the low. Now, please remember, things are subject to change, just like with my Ethereum long that I've been saying on Twitter, and I've been keeping you guys updated on Twitter, so go follow my Twitter, because I can't bring these videos to you in time the way that I can make the tweets out, okay? Sometimes I tweet stupid shit, but sometimes it's good. Why am I looking for swing shorts? Number one, we SFP'd the weekly high. That we know. We should already be targeting the low. Already, okay? Should already be looking for it. Number two, objectively, if you're just trading the range, which you should always be doing, you are in the premium section of the range. So you should already be favoring shorts. But also, what was your structure? We never got that flip that we wanted to see. And now you have equal lows. So just like with the longs, you're always going to target liquidity. Just like you have these equal highs, you have now these equal lows. So if you continue higher and you don't get this structure flip, what is your structure? What is it? It is from the high. We'll do it from the high, okay? You have high, you have low, you have lower high, and you have lower low. So what's your expectation? You didn't get this. You didn't get this flip. So you can't say that it's bullish, right? So what's your expectational order flow? We'll keep it simple. It's just lower high, lower low, right? So how do you know if that's going to hold up? Come on this time frame that you're on right now and follow the structure from the up, from the low to the high. You have low, you have high, you have higher low. We're going to skip some stuff that's irrelevant now. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and break. That's why I'm looking for shorts now. Is the short gonna play? I don't know. But if you get a reconfirmation, which I'm waiting to see, which would be this, then what's your expectational order flow? It's lower high to then make lower low. Does it make sense to come here? Absolutely. So that's what I'm looking for right now. And if it doesn't do that, if Asia or London, cheerio, keep just doing this, okay, then we're looking for shorts. And we're looking for swing shorts down here. And you know why? Because Geo decided that he threw in the towel on this range because this price action is absolutely abysmal. And I'm going to tell you something, guys. We're going to wrap it up here. You don't always need to be in a trade. It is better for you to not be in a trade and then hammer when you see something very clearly than for you to get chopped up with these overbought and oversold divergences that don't even work lately. Just trying to gamble, especially when the market is... the president of the United States is dropping meme coins, which is fucking up the entire market. I don't always have no clue what's going on. I had no idea. And when this deep thing comes out and the whole market, like, there's a place and time to hammer it. And, you know, we can take advantage of the volatility for sure, but in zones that make sense. And so my zones, if you care for them, if you made it this far, number one, thank you. I appreciate it. We're back on YouTube. We're coming back to live very soon. I keep saying that, but it's happening. I miss live. I miss you guys. My zones right now that I'm looking for locally, the really local ones, the ones that I'm looking for tomorrow, are 104 to 105.5. If not that, then to SFP these highs, 107. This was the one I wanted, like, here. I wish this did this. If this did this, I would have already been swing short. But it didn't, so I'm not. And an SFP of the previous day low. Guys, if you like the content, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Please leave me a comment. Let's get the algos running again. It is good to be back, and I will see you guys in the next one.